Dear audience, Assalamu alaikum. A warm welcome to you all on the second round of the very first inter-school English debate competition organized by Bangladesh Television Chattogram Center. Debate is a powerful tool for creating an innovative and a logical mind. It helps to develop the characteristics and personality of a human being while enhancing the other qualities in them. As a student participates in debate, it helps to increase their confidence level as well as their scope of knowledge. As a student participates in debate, it improves their critical thinking skills, and the logical and innovative ideas come to their mind as they challenge themselves to question their beliefs and justify the way that they're thinking. And I really hope the debaters here today are smart and strong enough to not only challenge their own beliefs, but at the same time, others too. On that very good note, I, your host, Prapanti Chakrabarti, would love to invite you all to come along and enjoy our very lively debate competition participated by two competed teams. Dear audience, the selected motion of the debate competition today is: a safe internet system can increase the participation of women in the workplace. The team for the motion belongs to Scholastica Senior Campus, Mirpur. The team against the motion belongs to Ispahani Public School and College, Chattogram. Speakers for the motion are Mohammed Nafis Hussain, Aryana Wahid, Farhin Elma Chaudhry. Speakers against the motion are Ishraq Rahman, Tazil Afroz, Zahin Morsalin. The honorable adjudicators of today's session are Qazi Arafat, former president, USTC Debate Club, director, WIS Communication; Ahmed Reza, vice president, Bangladesh Debate Federation; Adnan Hussain, assistant professor, Department of English, Dhaka College. The topics on which our honorable judges are going to assign marks in the constructive round are Presentation 5, Language and Pronunciation 10, Presentation of Theory and Information 15, Argumentation and Rebuttal 10. The topics on which our honorable judges are going to assign marks in the rebuttal round are Presentation 5, Language and Pronunciation 5, Argumentation and Rebuttal 20. Dear viewers, now we would love to introduce our honorable moderator of today's program, who will conduct the entire competition and announce the results at the end. The honorable moderator of today's competition is Zafar Alam, former Joint Secretary, People's Republic of Bangladesh. Now, I would humbly like to request you, sir, to come up on the stage and take your seat. Before we start the debate, let me inform you about the order and time allocation of each debater. Each debater will get 5 minutes to present his or her speech. An alarming bell will ring on the 4th minute, and the final bell will ring on the 5th minute. In the rebuttal round, both the team leaders will get 2 minutes each. Alarming bell will ring on 1.5 minutes, and the final bell will ring on the 2nd minute. Dear viewers, from now onwards, you can not only watch us on your television set, but also on Facebook and YouTube. Tune in on facebook.com/btvchattogram and www.youtube.com/@btvchattogram. Now, I most humbly would like to request our honorable moderator to preside over the competition and start the debate.
Thank you everyone to be present in this nice debate session, and as we are informed that the topics of today's debate is a safe internet system can increase the participation of women in the workplace. And there are two teams for the motion: the Scholastica Senior Campus, Mirpur, and against the motion, Ispahani Public School and College. So at first I would like to invite Mohammed Nafis Hussain, the first speaker from Scholastica, to open his speech debate.
The internet has given us access to everything, and has given everything access to us. With this quote, Honorable Moderator, my respected judges and fellow opponents from Ispahani Public School and College, and dear audience, I'm starting my debating speech. Today, I, Muhammad Nafiz Hussain from Scholastica Senior Campus Mirpur, am standing for the motion that a safe internet system can increase the participation rate of women in the workspace. Now, coming to the point, what is the internet? The internet is a vast network that connects computers and electronic devices together in one point from all around the world. Yes, indeed, over here, people can communicate between one another through different barriers, through different languages, and connect with each other through ideas, creativity skills, and learn each other's language. Now, what is a safe internet, you may ask? A safe internet system is understanding the basics and understanding the precautions and being cautious about the malicious parts of the online world. And dear audience, when I'm speaking about the internet being unsafe at times, I am very serious. There exist countless negative impacts of the internet which will exist only if you do not know the safety protocols for the internet. And they can be cyberbullying, cyber hacking, cyber scamming, and cyber tracking. When I'm speaking about women in general, a very high population of women are being scammed on the internet. According to research, 50.3% of women are scammed on the internet, most of them being elderly women. And there's a total of 8.8 billion US dollars being scammed on the internet in a yearly basis. So it is indeed very important for women and everyone, even children, to be well educated about the cautiousness and about the unsafety protocols of the internet. Now, throughout history, women have been not achieving their rights properly. They were discriminated against because of their gender. They were not allowed to have their rights and they were not given freedom. But now, since the educational systems have elapsed into a form of improvement, women now have the rights that they could only dream of for centuries. Now, coming to the point of cyber hacking. Cyber hacking is one of the deadliest problems of the internet. Cyber hacking can be done by hackers and they can steal your personal information, as my opposition team may have been thinking. But this will only happen if the people who are using the internet are not cautious. Cyber hacking can be done to steal your personal information, your important documents, and the hackers can impersonate you and ruin someone's life, and it can end in life-threatening results. Another thing is cyberbullying. Women are very highly prone to bullying in the online world. According to Pew's Research Center, 43% of women in the online platform are being harassed and bullied. But this is what the opposition team may have been promoting in their ideas. But since we are for the motion, we have come up with an idea that will influence not just the virtual world, but the in-person world as well. And this can be done by promoting educational institutions, by telling them that they should be teaching the safeties of the schools, that they should be safe from the online world, and the rules that they should maintain. And one of them could be the downloading of autonomous artificial intelligence softwares, or AI, and antiviruses. Antiviruses is a very big requirement for everyone. Antiviruses will be helping you to understand and identify the malicious and suspicious people on the internet who are trying to leak your personal information. And by the use of the antivirus, people can be more educated and be more creative. And since we are speaking about women in general, in the internet, women have gotten a very high job opportunities. The internet is even becoming a catalyst in making sure that women get their jobs. And women are now showing their creativity skills by cooking, drawing, and even teaching students. And these videos are not only inspiring the woman or increasing the creativity skills of the woman, but it is also inspiring thousands of viewers and possibly millions of people who are watching those videos. Now, when we speak about women on social media platforms to the depth, we are also seeing that women are inspiring people, as we have said. But if they are in a safe platform on the online world, Nothing will stop our world to become a safe platform for not just women, but for you, me, and everyone and people of all genders and all ages. And I thus request you all to join your hands with me and let's work together to create a wonderful platform, not just in the virtual world, but in the real world, and make sure there's a safe platform for everyone. And with this quote, Your Honor, I'm ending my debating speech. Thank you.
And now I'd like to invite Ishraq Rahman from Ispahani Public School and College, Chattogram, for his opening.
Assalamu alaikum, honorable moderator, respected judges, our dear opposition party, along with all the audiences present here. My name is Ishraq Rahman. Our today's motion is, a safe internet system can increase the participation of women in the workplace. And I'm speaking against the motion. Today, we are going to be speaking from the perspective of Bangladesh. Our keywords of today's motion are internet system and workplace. Internet system is a worldwide system of computer networks where a user of any computer can get access to information from another computer with permission all over the world. Whereas a safe internet system means the practice of following actionable guidelines, understanding modern technology, and protecting our digital devices so we can defend against malicious part of the online world. So what are the criteria of building up this safe internet system? The first criteria is the verification of all the online information regarding a user. The second most important criteria is to build up laws like Information and Technology Act of 2006 of Bangladesh, which takes severe measures against any kind of breach of our personal information and misuse of internet. Our third criteria is to grow awareness, which can be done through campaigns like Safer Internet Day, which works towards making people more sentient, and averting them from using it recklessly needs to be increased in numbers. Now if we go to our next keyword, workplace. A workplace is a place where a person performs a set of duties and fulfills his responsibilities in order to his employment. Today, with our arguments and reasoning, we are going to prove that internet is not a major factor for women participation. Rather, it's just a tool for real factors of development to use. Our dear opposition party needs to answer a very specific question. Is the existing internet environment of Bangladesh safe or unsafe? I repeat the question. Is the existing internet environment of Bangladesh safe or unsafe? Today we are going to uphold the sectors of garments, healthcare sector and education sector of Bangladesh. If we look through these sectors of Bangladesh, we will understand its women participation, we will understand the true effects of internet regarding this matter. If we look, as per World Bank open data, in 1980s, there was no availability of internet. During this period, 65% of garments industry, 15% of teaching sector of Bangladesh, and 40% of healthcare sector depended on women. In the 1990s, we will observe that only 0.1% of the total population of Bangladesh uses internet. During this period, 80% of garments industry, 20% of teaching sector of Bangladesh, and 47% of healthcare sector of Bangladesh depended on women. In 2000, the participation of women increased up to 50% again in healthcare sector. And there was also increase in participation of women in the technological fields, which was earlier dominated by men. This period was the start of acceptance of gender equality. So we have already observed that even without the availability of internet, there was an increase in women participation in workplace. The reason for this is the change in social thinking, social culture, and social values, along with the acceptance of women in working in workplace. Our second speaker will broadly discuss this matter about how the major factors actually influence this matter. As our opposition party is proposing that a safe internet system can increase the participation of women in workplace, I suppose they are also proposing that an unsafe internet system is a barrier to the participation of women in workplace. Our opposition party's first speaker already said that due to cyberbullying and cybercrime, women are being harmed variously. But I think it's a fact that internet safety is not a concern exclusive to women. Men and women alike need a secure digital environment to thrive and contribute to the workplace. Internet has no biases and propaganda of its own. The useful and harmful effects of internet affect both men and women equally. Our third speaker will explain the true effects of internet regarding women participation. To conclude, I would like to say that internet doesn't play any kind of major role in women participation in workplace. Rather, it can only be used as a tool for slightly speeding up this process. The main factors which actually play a part in women participation are social acceptance of women in workplaces, gender equality, and education. To sum up whatever I said, we have already found that according to my statistics, that without the availability of internet, there is an increase in women participation. that with the change of social thinking and social culture throughout the years, there is increase in women participation, rather not for internet. Internet is just a tool that was being used in various functions. Its parts is not a major factor for increase in women participation in workplace. Internet doesn't play a part that creates opportunities that will, without skills, can be performed by women, rather, or men. Internet is not gender biased as well. Thank you, my dear moderator, for giving me the stage to speak.
Now, I would like to invite the second speaker from Scholastica Senior Campus, Mirpur, for the motion, Ariana Wahid.
Greetings, respected judge and my fellow audience. My name is Ariana Wahid and I'm from Scholastica Senior Campus, Mirpur. Today our motion is a safe internet system can increase the participation of women in workplace, and I wholeheartedly support this motion. Firstly, I would like to begin my speech by talking about the effects of internet abuse and why women are more prone to internet abuse. Firstly, let's talk about why women are more prone to internet abuse. This is due to the socio-cultural status of women in Bangladesh. Even now, in rural areas, women are said to work for their families only. They're not encouraged to pursue their own careers. Not only that, but they're looked down upon. They have judgments and biases stacked upon them. Now let's also talk about some of the effects of internet abuse. What are the effects of internet abuse? Firstly, internet abuse stops women from participating or making sure they participate in various leadership skills. Not only that, and why do they do that? They do that because whenever they try to participate in leadership skills, they are underestimated. They're often told that a man would do the job much better. Not only that, even in leadership skills, they're mistreated upon their male peers. So what is the impact of this? The impact is it destroys the confidence of these young women. They're still new to the field, and whenever this destroys their confidence, it also deteriorates their mental health and their future career prospects. Let's also talk about personal safety. Personal safety is a huge issue. Not only that, women are more vulnerable than men. They are more prone to harassment, bullying, and discriminatory content. Thus, they need more protection. In our world, what we are proposing is a safe internet system which provides that protection for women. And when they're protected, these women will have a higher incentive to participate in these workplace activities. Now, let's establish the difference between a safe internet system and an unsafe internet system. In our world, what we propose is accountability. Whenever there is a safe internet system, this means that the offenders have to take accountability and face the consequences of their actions. For example, if a person harasses or bullies another woman or any person, then they will be faced with criminal offenses. This is also supported by the Digital Service Act, promoted by the Bangladesh government itself, which says that anyone who harasses or bullies anyone in any online platforms will face charges against them. Second of all, what our world is proposing is the confidence boost and the morale boost. To be honest, in our world, what we are proposing is that the productivity of different organizations are also improved. The thing is that whenever we establish a safer internet system, the confidence of these young women are boosted. They feel safer. Thus, they can contribute much more better. And not only that, even their male peers start to encourage them. A culture of acceptance and unity grows. This can also increase the overall economic development of Bangladesh as a whole. Thirdly, our world, what we propose in our world is meeting compliance requirements. What is that? Meeting compliance requirements mean that particular laws and rules which follow the international standard. A lot of times what happens is the male workers and bosses tend to frame their female workers, and thus the females are thrown under the bus. This can also affect their career, but in a safe internet system that is prevented. Not only that, in our world, a safe internet system provides countless opportunities for women, such as technology. Not only that, women feel more motivated to participate in various job opportunity fields like technological fields, AI fields, and this is high demand in 2023. However, if there is an unsafe internet system, then they won't properly participate in those technological areas, and this will also hinder the development of Bangladesh as a whole. Now I would like to talk about some of the points said by my opposition team. Firstly, they talked about how internet does not have a major bias against females in general. But as I mentioned in the first part of my speech, the people using the internet, they do still have a bias against women. This is solely due to the prejudice and the stereotypes. Especially in a developing country, it is not uncommon for women to face harassment or bullying. Not only that, my opposition team also mentioned is that internet does not play a huge part, and women are already playing a major part in different workplaces. But that is not the case. Day by day, the demand and the contribution and the impact of internet is increasing. Right now, AI is in high demand, as I mentioned before. Thus, if we don't create a safe and internet system now, it will affect women's position later on. The thing is that whenever we create a safe internet system, what occurs is that there is a norm formed. Internet safety is the new acceptance, and thus more women are motivated to join different workplace activities. Thus, I conclude my speech. Thank you.
Now I would like to invite Tajil Afroz from Ispahani Public School and College, who will speak against the motion.
Honorable Moderator, esteemed judges, and my fellow debaters, Assalamu alaikum to one and all present over here. Thank you, Honorable Moderator, for giving me the stage to present my arguments today. Our today's motion is a safe internet system can increase the participation of women in the workplace, and I'm here to speak against the motion. Before I proceed along with the arguments, I would like to clear some statements which have been made by my learned opponents. First of all, they haven't actually answered a question which has been raised by the first speaker of our team. It is that, is the existing internet system environment of Bangladesh safe or unsafe? First of all, they need to answer us that question. And secondly, as my second speaker of our opposition team has proposed that socio-cultural factors actually play a huge role behind the increase of women's participation, because internet safety does not actually play a necessary role over here. First of all, we should work to eliminate the socio-cultural factors such as gender bias, gender inequality, gender discrimination. Then only we should come on the fact of actually ensuring our internet safety. Now, coming to the participation of female labor force participation in Bangladesh. Female labor force participation in Bangladesh has increased significantly over the past 4 decades, even in the rural areas, which indicates that now more women are able to access employment opportunities and contribute to the country's economic growth. According to the International Labour Organization, in the 1990s, the participation of women in the workplace was 23.9%, which saw significant growth in the upcoming years and rose to 36.5% just a single decade. Now, one thing that should be noted over here is that in the 1980s, internet was not that accessible all over the world. In the 1990s, internet was available, but only in the developed nations of the world. It was still not that accessible in Bangladesh. Coming to the 2000s, internet was now available in Bangladesh, but only 4 to 5% of people, specifically the government officials, had access to it. Now, as our opponents claim that a safer internet system can increase the participation of women in the workplace, but over the course of time, when internet was not fully accessible, we still saw a rise in the participation of women. So this actually proves our claim that a safer internet system does not actually play a major role behind increasing women's participation in the workplace. So now, what are actually the major reasons behind the rise of women's participation in Bangladesh? If there are any reasons behind the increased participation, then it's all because of the constructive plan formed and undertaken by the government of Bangladesh along with various other NGOs to empower women and increase their participation. Let me remind that education is the driving factor behind the rise of women's participation in the workplace. Improved access to education plays a crucial role. As more women attain higher levels of education, they gain the skills and qualifications used to require to enter a wider range of professions, which again increases the overall participation in the workplace. Now, to uplift the educational qualification of girls in Bangladesh, the government of Bangladesh has taken an amazing initiative by making primary education free and compulsory for all children aged 6 to 10. Besides, all children attending primary and secondary school also receive textbooks free of cost. Further, to encourage girl students to continue their studies and also reduce their dropout rates, stipends are now rewarded. This practice strategy for girls' education resulted in gender equality and later on increased the participation of women. As women became more educated, they realized their true potential and later on pursue more career opportunities. How does internet actually play a role over here? I don't get that. Because due to access of education, to higher access of education, they actually gain the required skills required to enter a wider range of professions. Now, another notable action of the government was adoption of the National Women Development Policy 2011 and the action plan to implement this policy. The government had undertaken this initiative to build productive capacities for women, provide necessary support to women entrepreneurs, increase employment opportunities, enhance the number of public and private jobs, and also to ensure equal pay for female workers in all the working sectors. Now, coming to the fact of the neutrality of the internet. Why do a learner think that the internet system is gender biased and specifically targeted just to target women? Are only women being targeted online? Aren't there any cases of men being trolled, bullied, or scammed online? Of course, there are hundreds and thousands of cases. So one thing that I would like to clear over here is that if the threats and harms of the internet system exist, they exist for both the genders. And if they will affect the participation, they will affect the participation of both the genders, be it male or female. Besides, a couple of factors need to be addressed first. The socio-cultural factors play a huge role in this regard. A safe internet system does not eliminate deeply ingrained societal norms, which has already been mentioned by my learned opponent from the opposition team. She already mentioned the socio-cultural factors that actually play a role behind this. How is internet system being used over here? First of all, we should work to eliminate these factors away. Then only we can ensure internet safety. For instance, some cultural women are still seen as weak, feeble, and expected to prioritize household opportunities of their careers. In regions where this norm still persists, how do opponents think that just by ensuring a safer internet system, women will be encouraged to pursue various career opportunities? Rather, shouldn't we just say that only through access to education and creating awareness, we can eliminate the stigmas and actually increase the participation? So, through my arguments, it can be proved that internet system does not have a direct influence on the participation of women, and rather, it's just a tool to flourish the environment. Furthermore, multiple factors need to be addressed first, and a comprehensive approach that addresses education, societal norms, workplace policies should be considered. Thank you, Honorable Moderator, for providing me the stage.
And now, for the motion, I'd like to invite Farheen Ilma Chaudhary. She's the team leader for the motion. This is from Scholastica Senior Campus, Mirpur. Farheen Ilma Chaudhary.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed educators, students, judges, and moderators, I'm Farheen Ilma Chaudhary from Scholastica Senior Campus, Mirpur, and I'm honored to discuss how a safe internet system reshapes how women participate in the workspace. I'm going to primarily be talking about accessible remote work, reduced geographical barriers, and elimination of harassment. First, a few clarifications. We support both online and physical workspace opportunities. Therefore, women can first participate in virtual workspaces and then participate in physical workspaces through the skills they gain, through the opportunities they get, and through the experience they get in the long term. Workspaces are not just about education, but about the experiences that are being gained. That is what we provide on our side. Moreover, we're talking about a safe internet system. The motion clearly states that women, in the context of this motion, are using safe internet. So any arguments regarding an unsafe internet system is invalid in this motion. Therefore, the first speaker on our opposition team provides us a very utopic standpoint of what the world looks like, how women are being treated in their lack of social biases, and that women are being treated in a way in which it is proven through garments, through the quantity of women in garments and quantity of women in other job sectors, as they have already mentioned, like for example, medical sectors. Quantity does not mean that women actually and voluntarily want to participate in these positions. The motion clearly states that increase the participation of women in the workspace means that these women will have to willingly participate in these positions, and as already mentioned by my second speaker, women are already oppressed in the current status quo, and that women need a better method virtually through which they can access the opportunities that will be a lot more difficult, higher education opportunities and better job opportunities rather than garment sectors, so that these minorities, I am specifying the fact that these are minorities who can take part in larger leadership roles. So to mention a few methods through which our side shows that virtual workspaces provides us a better impact. We're not against physical workspaces. We are saying that virtual workspaces enhance the way women take part in leadership positions. Firstly, accessible remote work is provided through the promotion of entrepreneurship. They can make their own businesses and they can earn their own money and gain independence, economic independence. Therefore, there is diverse skill utilization. Sure, the opposition mentions that women, there is free education, but education and workspace opportunities are completely different because you need experiences, specific experiences for these workspaces. Therefore, it is very necessary for these women for them to go into very large leadership positions to actually have industrial experience, digital experience, because this is the digital age and this is the present. Whereas they're focusing on the 1980s where internet did not exist. It is not relevant in this debate. Therefore, they have expanded job opportunities and they have an enhanced work-life balance. They can focus on their families and also on their work due to flexible timings, because especially in a world where societal norms exist, this will create more flexibility. Their conservative homes cannot tell them that you're not providing time to my family. The woman is providing time to their family, so there is better accessibility. Therefore, the second point among the 3 points is reduce geographical barriers. Due to reduced geographical barriers, they can take part in a lot of meetings and conferences despite their geographical position. Therefore, sure, you're talking about how women can participate in the garment sector or how there's more women. What about the higher leadership positions? How will they access those if it's in the US and the minorities are living in on the other side of the world? These women can take part in these large leadership positions and empower other women through globalization. Therefore, thirdly, and most importantly, is regarding about the elimination of harassment and bias. Our second and first speakers have already talked about how women are constantly harassed. And enhancement of confidence and expression is brought about through virtual workspaces, because there is a more inclusive work environment, because people from all over the world basically provide these matters. Therefore, career advancement is also provided because women can actually talk to their mentors, peers, and they can build better professional relationships. Therefore, they can make a better portfolio for the future. Now, responding to their speech, women, they can say, they're talking about how women cannot participate in virtual workspaces due to deep-rooted societal norms. Well, flexible work hours and increase in social skills will allow them to actually work in a physical workspace in the long term, therefore breaking these societal norms. And therefore, the disadvantage of digital literacy and accessibility is decreased by online tutorials and technological knowledge. And even if these are not as accessible, the women who are already in these virtual workspaces, who already empower female minorities, can teach them and train them. Young generations can teach them as well. The limited applicability of digital workspaces is what I don't understand why they're saying that digital workspaces aren't just a tool. It exists everywhere, in medical research, in industries. So therefore, therefore a lack of socialization, Therefore, to end our speech, we provide not only a more professional environment, but also a better way through which women can actually express themselves. Thank you.
Now I would like to invite Zahin Morsaleen. She is the team leader of Ispahani Public School and College, Chattogram. Zahin Morsaleen.
Honorable moderator, respected judges, and my dear esteemed opponents, Assalamu alaikum. Our today's motion is, a safe internet system can increase the participation of women in the workplace, and we are here to speak against the motion. My first speaker and second speaker asked my dear opponents a specific question, that is the existing environment of Bangladesh safe or unsafe? I think they don't know the answer, because if it is unsafe, then how long will it take to make it safe? Suppose 5 to 10 years. So in those 5 to 10 years, will the participation of women in other sectors like garments, healthcare, will it decrease? Will they be sitting at home just for the ensurety of safe internet? Certainly not. So let me go back to my point. Bangladesh, being a developing country, has witnessed significant growth in recent decades in terms of women's participation in the labor market, healthcare, agriculture, and many more corporate jobs. Women from all over the country have proved themselves by gaining employment opportunities in several industries. Bangladesh, in fact, has come a long way in female empowerment. The intentional push to enroll more female children to school by making it free, to making workplaces more inclined to recruit more women, to making childcare services more available, and an overall improvement in visibility for female leadership has all contributed to this improvement. We know that literacy and education increase the participation in the workplace. But if we see the current status of Bangladesh, the illiteracy rate of both male and female exists to a certain level, despite the fact that uneducated males of our country are going to work to earn their livelihood. But in case of women, the chance of participation in workplace drastically reduces. The sole reason for this discrimination is people's mindset, or simply social mindset of our country. Because according to them, they still think that women as a burden, and so they try to marry them off at an early age to get rid of their expenses. But if we come to the fact of internet, it is not a concern exclusive to women. In this modern era, internet is applicable for all. I certainly agree that a safe internet system can benefit women, but when it comes to unsafe internet, it hampers the lifestyle of every individual, be it male or female. Now, again coming to the fact of the increasement of participation of women in the workplace. If we look at the sector of healthcare, the active participation of women can be noticed there. Medical colleges for women are now operating all over the countries. This will result in a significant growth of female doctors and nurses. Government and non-government organizations are employing female healthcare professionals throughout the country to reach out to women and girls on the receiving end of healthcare facilities. This certainly means that education is playing a great factor here. In case of internet, it's just flourishing the environment and nothing else. So, my point here is that internet is not a factor, rather it's just a tool or infrastructure that facilitates education, healthcare and social awareness to a certain extent in the participation of women in workplace. It is a good sign that nowadays women's participation in the job sector is increasing day by day. Women are coming out of their houses and are getting involved in income generating activities. This is due to the fact that with increased access to higher education, the prospect for getting into high value jobs has expanded for women in Bangladesh. Now, let's talk about how and why we can increase women's participation in job sectors. We know total population of Bangladesh is 18 crore and half of them is women. So, we cannot confine half of this population within the four walls. They need to go out and work with men shoulder to shoulder. Now, how can we ensure that women will feel safe and are willing to do something outside their home? There is a cycle which I will be explaining now. First, starting from the family. We know charity begins at home. When a girl is born, she faces inequality not outside but within her family. So, a family has to ensure equal opportunities for girls like they ensure opportunities for the boys. The second cycle is when a family ensures a girl's education, that there comes the atmosphere outside the family and it has to be congenial. Now, let's talk about when and how a woman will like to be happily continuing her work. Women, those are highly educated, of course they will do jobs in such high organizations. And as all of us know that we are approaching in fourth industrial revolution, where automation, technology, internet and artificial intelligence will be the driving force in terms of human development. It is a total absurd thinking on the part of our opponents that they are focusing highly on safe internet to ensure women's participation in job sectors. Now, coming to the workplace policies. Even with a safe online environment, workplaces needs to have inclusive policies and support system to encourage women's participation. Women want to pursue their careers in such places where they will be equally paid as male, they will be treated respectfully, they will be free from all sorts of harassment and unfair treatment, and equal training will be provided to them. So, I think if our social structure becomes friendly for women, then their participation at workplace will be increasing gradually. Thank you, Honorable Moderator, for giving me the chance to speak.
The topics of first International School English Debate Competition 2023. Dear viewers, you are enjoying. And by now, the both team completed their allocated time with the three debaters for the motion and against the motion. Now the rebuttal phase. And I would like to invite for the motion Farheen Ilma Chaudhry, and she will get 2 minutes, I think, 2 minutes for her points.
First, to clarify, we support, as I've mentioned at the very start of my speech, and that was clearly not paid attention to, is that we support both physical and virtual workspaces. Therefore, both of them can coincide, and it's not a mutually exclusive factor. So therefore, arguing about the fact that only education is that internet is only the key tool is absurd, because firstly, you mentioned that that we haven't responded to the point where the internet is safe or unsafe. This motion, as I've already mentioned, is about a safe internet system where women use the safe internet system. Therefore, their arguments about, we haven't proved that an unsafe internet system is a barrier is completely invalid. The debate is about a safe internet system. And secondly, women look for a safe internet system and a better environment through which that they can work through. It's not just an environment that they prove that we bring about through a safe internet system, but we also bring about better globalization and a way through which women don't have to commute to go to take their job opportunities. So therefore, they talk about how women, and therefore, if I continue, that the last speaker talked about how men, women cannot talk to men, and cannot work with people physically and work with people shoulder to shoulder. This is the reason why our side believes that the lack of like working shoulder to shoulder isn't a disadvantage on our side, because one, that we provide a more focused work time on our virtual workspaces, and we provide less minimized office politics, and so therefore a better mental health of these women is achieved. Therefore, there's reduced commute time, and these women can actually access through online means their communities and also their workspaces a lot better. And they also talk about how inequality is only seen from families, and that families will at the end of the day help them out. Well, this is totally unrealistic, and their stance is completely utopic. Thank you.
Now I'd like to invite the team leader from Ispahani Public School and College, Chattogram, Zahin Morsaleen.
Thank you, Honorable Moderator, to give me the floor again. So, as my dear opponent has already explained, my question is, what is the purpose of earning internet safety first, that we should eliminate social stigmas at first? As our opponents are proposing that the thing is safe internet, it's about safe internet, then how a woman from rural areas earning thousands of money through the social medias like YouTube, TikTok, etc. The reason behind this is that the safety or unsafety of internet doesn't play any major role regarding increase or decrease of women's participation. As I said earlier, that if our social structures become friendly for women, then their participation at workplace will be increasing gradually, because these are the factors which are actually affecting the women's participation in workplace over here. Internet doesn't play any major role. Even if it does, its contribution is almost negligible. So my point here is that when we are talking about unsafe internet, then how are you ensuring the safe internet here? Like, you are constantly saying that women are working through internet and gaining their opportunities. So are they forced to work outside the home? They are not forced to work there outside the home. Like, if I come to garment sectors, they are working for being self-reliant. They are not even educated properly. They are uneducated or half educated, and most of them are women. So why are they working there? They are working there to earn their livelihood, and they are working there to be safe, to feel self-reliant. So thank you, Honorable Moderator, to give me the floor.
Thank you both the team for their brilliant presentation in the first inter-school English debate competitionship 2023. And today's topics is a safe internet system can increase the participation of women in workplace. So as a moderator, I have to say something, and as we wrap up this insightful debate and about the topics, I am truly impressed the thought-provoking arguments presented by the board team. The team is Scholastica, Senior Campus, Mirpur, Dhaka, did an outstanding job highlighting the importance of the safe internet in fostering the conducive environment for women, professional growth, and their well-researched point illuminated how online safety can lead to increase the participation by ensuring privacy, mitigating cyberbullying, and empowering women to freely express their idea. On the other hand, the team, Ispahani Public School and College, Chattogram, brilliantly emphasized the multifaceted natures of women's workplace participation, arguing that while the safe internet is valuable, it is not the sole factor influencing the aspects. Their insight on the structural barrier representation and work-life balance were the thoughtful presentation. So in fact, if you look at the context of Bangladesh, where the traditional gender role often intersect the modern appreciation, the debates put forth, both the teams highlighted the intricate tapestry of the factors influencing women's participation in the workplace. While a safe internet ecosystem can undoubtedly amplify their presence, it's vital to recognize the synergy needed between the digital security and the larger societal and institutional safety required. So in conclusion, I want to stress that the journey towards the gender equality demands the collective effort, open dialogue, and commitment to the transformation. Your efforts have contributed a meaningful discourse that will surely resonate with our audience. Let's remember that the progress lies in the constructive discussion like this. And thank you everyone for their being part of this enriching debate session, and that add to the ongoing discourse surrounding the women, the workplace, and the digital age to the context of Bangladesh. Now the result is in my hand, and I am just announcing the first international English debate competitionship result between two teams. One is Scholastica Senior Campus Mirpur and the Ispahani Public School and College Chattogram. Now I would like to announce the winner team of the today. Today's winner team is Ispahani Public School and College Chattogram. And the best speaker of the team leader, Ispahani Public School and College. I just concluded by thanking all of the participants and both the winner team and the loser team, because the loser is the pillar of the next success. So it's nothing losing and nothing winning. It's a debate, and this we always encourage this type of debates to enrich ourselves. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.